lecture of human resource management. So before moving forward towards the syllabus, first I would like to discuss what is human resource. So what is human resource? Human resource is nothing but the workforce in an organization. There are different synonyms for the human resource like employees of an organization, or you can say manpower of the organization, workforce of an organization. So it simply means the people who are working in a particular organization are called as human resources. Now why resource? Why human is called as resource in an organization? As in organization there are different resources like money, machines, material, methods. So these are the different resources in an organization, and plus the employees, human in an organization is also called as resource because human being or the manpower of an organization, they utilize the resources and they transform these resources into final products. So human is an important factor in an organization because they carry with them their caliber, they carry with them their potential, they carry with them their education, their skills, their knowledge, their innovation, their creativity, their experience, and they use all these things to transform the other resources into final products and services to satisfy the customers and to achieve the organizational objectives. That's why human is also called as resource because they are contributing their efforts, they are contributing their education, their experience, their skills, their potential to help organization achieve the organizational objectives. That's why they are termed as human resources. So as you can see in the diagram here that the people who are working in an organization, and now lot of things they are contributing in an organization to transform the resources into final product. So human is an important factor for any organization because until and unless organization will have right kind of people at the right positions, they will not able to transform the other resources into qualitable products and services. So to manage the employees, to manage the human resource in an organization is very important for an organization. That's why human resource management is a different field of study or the different section of any organization who is completely dedicated towards managing the human resource of an organization. Now why this subject is important for you? So this human resources subject is a common subject that is important for each and every person who is working in any organization, because after all we all are employees. Today you are students, after completion of your graduation maybe you will become employee of an organization. So this human resource management is very important aspect for any employee who is working in organization, because this human resource management is completely surrounding towards an employees in an organization, starting from their recruitment ending with their detachment with the organization. So human resource management is a very important field of study for any employee or any future employee. So now we will move forward towards the syllabus first. So as we already seen that human resource is a very important aspect of any organization. So to maintain these human resources in an organization properly is very important for an organization, right? So HRM is a part of organization that is concerned with the people dimension. That means every function of an human resource management is towards the employees of an organization. They are fully dedicated towards the employee management in an organization. So HRM deals with human relations of an organization starting from their recruitment to the labor relation. So starting from uh, their recruitment in an organization, their selection in an organization, and till their relationship management in an organization. Even HRM is not limited to the employees in an organization. Once the employees is leaving the organization, till that also HRM is functioning, because there are a lot of functions of human resource management which are required even at the retirement, even after retirement. So human resource management is completely revolving around this employees of an organization. So every organization is comprised of people. So every organization is acquiring the services from the people. They are developing the skills of the people. They are motivating people to work better and better in an organization. And plus, every organization tries to make people sustain in an organization for longer duration. So now this is applicable to each and every organization, whether the organization is government, whether the organization is private, whether the organization is manufacturing sector, it is banking sector, education sector or NGO. So this is true for every organization. So getting and keeping good people is critical to the success of every organization. So organization should have right people at the right job. So this is the critical aspect for the success of any organization. If the organization is having right people at the right job, then only they will sustain in the competition, because this kind of right people will able to produce the right kind of products and will able to deliver the right kind of services to the people. So human resource management is a continuous process of ensuring the availability of eligible and willing workforce. So putting right man at the right job at the right time. So eligible and willing workforce. So only eligibility is not important. Willingness of people to work is also equally important. So it's a function of human resource management to find out these kind of people who are eligible, who are having the potential and interest to work for the particular job in an organization. So HRM is an art of utilizing human resources of an organization in the most efficient and effective way. So whatever human resource organization is having, they have to properly utilize these human resources. That means there should not be a scarcity of human resource, even there should not be excess of human resource. So there should be optimum utilization of human resources in an organization, and to see this is the function of human resource management. So different authors have given different definitions of HRM. So we will see few of the definitions. So here number one definition given by MJ Jussius. So according to this person, the field of HRM involves planning, organizing, directing and controlling functions of procuring, developing, maintaining and utilizing a labor force. So as we know, the basic management functions: planning, organizing, directing and controlling. These are the four basic management functions which are required in every field, that is marketing, finance, HR, production. So HRM involves planning of workforce, organizing workforce, directing the workforce and controlling the workforce in procuring, developing and maintaining them. So that means procuring means nothing but the calculating the vacancies, then recruitment and then selection. These three functions combinedly called as procurement. So HRM is related to the planning of procurement, organizing the activities under procurement, then developing the workforce. So whatever employees we have selected in an organization, now the company will going to develop them. That means they will provide them proper training and development, proper guidance, proper directions, and then maintaining the workforce. So maintaining means only training the people is not sufficient. To sustain them in an organization for longer duration, the HRM will maintain these people properly by giving them proper salaries, by giving them proper career growth in an organization, by motivating them to work more and more, by providing them the extra benefits, extra facilities. So there are different things required to maintain people in an organization and utilizing the workforce to the optimum level. So this is the HRM involves planning, organizing, directing and controlling functions of procurement, developing, maintaining the workforce. So only planning, organizing, directing is not sufficient. HRM is also concerned with the controlling these functions. That means whenever we are providing training to the workforce, we have to make sure that whatever training we are providing them, they are able to grasp that or not, whether they are able to develop their skills, whether they are able to utilize their skills in their actual work or not. So whenever we are providing them the proper promotions and career growth, whether people are utilizing their efforts in their career growth or not. So controlling is equally important in human resource management. So this is the definition given by M.J. Jusius. Now the second definition given by Del Yoder. So according to Del Yoder, HRM is the provision of leadership and direction of people in their working or employment relationship. So human resource management will provide leadership and direction to the people in their work in an organization. So leadership means, leadership is nothing but it is a process of influencing people. So it is process of influencing people so that they will put their efforts in their work. So HRM is concerned with providing this leadership so that people will always be motivated and they will be directed properly to complete their goals. Now the next definition given by Mathis and Jackson. So according to Mathis and Jackson, HRM is the effective use of human resources and organization through the management of people related activities. So whatever definition we have seen in first definition, that is the same meaning here. So HRM is nothing but the effective utilization of human resources in an organization through the management of people related activities. So people related activities means the recruitment, selection, training, development, performance appraisal, compensation. So all these functions, all these activities are required to properly utilize human resources in an organization. Now the next definition given by Ricky Griffin. So according to Ricky Griffin, human resource management is a set of organizational activities directed at attracting, developing and maintaining an effective workforce. Again the meaning is same that we got from the first definition. So it is nothing but the organizational activities that are directed towards attracting the best candidate in an organization, then giving them proper training and development, and then maintain them in an organization so that they will sustain in organization for longer duration. Now next definition is given by Gray Dessler. So according to Gray Dessler, the policies and practices one needs to carry out the people or human resources aspects of a management position, including recruiting, screening, training, rewarding and appraising. So HRM is nothing but the policies and practices that are required for recruiting, screening, training, rewarding and appraising. So in an organization there are different policies and practices adopted to maintain the people in an organization. For example, there are policies like leave policy, promotion policy, termination policy. So if we are having the 5 eligible people for promotion, so how the promotion will be decided? Suppose only one position is vacant in an organization and we are having the 5 people which are ready for promotion. So how company will going to take the decision? So company will have policy for that, promotion policy. There will be criteria in that policy like minimum number of experience, minimum education, the minimum skills requirement, minimum performance appraisal ratings. So there will be different criteria under this policy and accordingly decision will be taken. Similarly, there will be policy for termination. if any person will do some kind of offense in an organization, any kind of indiscipline in an organization, so whether the organization will what kind of action will be taken for that purpose. Also there will be termination policy, then resignation policy. So if any person want to resign from the position, then how much in advance he should give notice to the organization. If organization want to terminate the services of the employee, then how much before organization will give him the notice. So there will be different policies in an organization. There will be leave policy in an organization for an employee. So number of leaves given to that particular employee. There will be medical leaves, there will be casual leaves, there will be earned leave, there will be maternity leave. So different number of leave policies are there. So there will be policy for each and every aspect regarding human resource in an organization. So according to Gray Dessler, the policies and practices one needs to carry out people or human resource aspects of a management position, including recruiting, screening, training, rewarding and appraising. Again there will be some practices of appraising. What kind of techniques will be used to appraise the performance of the people, then how the compensation will be decided, how the increment will be decided, then how the transfer will be decided, how the training needs will be identified, what kind of training methods will be used in a particular year, how many times people will get training from an organization. So there will be policies and practices for each and every aspect regarding human resource in an organization. Now the next definition given by Milkovich and Bowdry. So according to this two person, human resource management is a series of decisions that affect the relationship between employee and employer. So as we already seen that to maintain the proper relationship between employee and employer is very important, because until and unless there will be proper working environment, there will be proper relationship harmony between employee and employer, people will not able to sustain in an organization. So the environment should be very much friendly, environment should be stress free, there should be proper relationship, smooth working relationship between employer and employer. So HRM is concerned with the relationship between employee and employer, because until and unless employee will be motivated from the employer, he will be properly trained, he will be properly compensated. So until and unless these things will be provided to the employee will not be happy with the employer. So there will be frequent conflicts between employer and employer in an organization. So it's very important that there should be proper working environment, proper relationship between employer and employer. So whatever decisions will be required to maintain this smooth working relationship between employer and employer is the function of an human resource management. So it affects many constituencies and is intended to influence the effectiveness of employee and employer. So it affects many constituencies. That means only employer and employer is not involved in human resource management. So in any organization, proper working relationship between employer and employer is also affected, or it will also affect other parties, for example trade union, even government. So there are different parties involved in this relationship building. So industrial relationship is concerned with employer, it is concerned with employees, it is also concerned with trade union and even government. Now why this trade union is involved in this relationship? Because every employee may be the member of any trade union. So this trade union is having huge influence over these employees. So trade union is there to protect the rights of employee in an organization, so that employees will not be exploited from the employer side. And plus how government is involved in this relationship. Now government is having different kinds of laws made for the employees, that they are called as labor laws. So it's duty of any employer to adhere to this labor laws. So there are different labor laws for handling the industrial disputes. There are labor laws for the salary, wages. There are labor laws for the standing order, that is rules and regulations. So there are different laws made from the government side to protect the employees and to protect the employees from exploitation. So relationship is not limited to employer and employer. So the relationship will affect the other parties also, like trade union and government. So HRM is a series of decisions that affect the relationship between employer and employer, even trade union and government. So this is all about human resource management. So here we have completed up to meaning and definition part. Thank you.